Welcome everyone to Speedcubing Reverse Trivia. We've got KleeCubing and Ozymandias Speedcubing here today. Thank you so much for joining. Alright, let's go over the basics. Speedcubing Reverse Trivia is the only trivia show where the contestants write the questions. Each player will write 7 questions based on a prompt and then attempt to answer the other person's questions. It is a test of critical thinking and speedcubing knowledge, and whoever has the most points wins, earned by answering more of their opponent's 7 questions. A question will include 4 multiple choice answers, and the player will need to write a question in which one of the answers is correct. A few more points. Each player will get 3 yes/no questions while writing questions. It must be true, and finally, it can be challenging but not personal. So to begin, we've got KleeCubing to write her set of 7 questions. Is there anything you'd like to say before beginning?
I'm very excited to do this. Thank you for having me on, and yeah, let's get started.
Alright, cool. Question 1. Your answer choices are 3, 5, 7, and 11.
So let me think about this. So I'm not the best on knowledge in general. I'm gonna go with how many unique puzzles are in the WCA.
And then obviously the answer is 11 here.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Pretty self-explanatory, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Question 2. We have 4 YouTubers, Laser Monkey, Z3Cubing, Soup Timmy, and I am, yes, very humble myself, which I totally belong in these names.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why KleeCubing isn't on there, but I'll take it. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm gonna go with which YouTuber has the most. No, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not gonna say most subscribers. I'm gonna say which YouTuber has the most videos posted.
And do you have the answer to that?
Wait, do I have to have the answer?
You get 3 yes/no questions, which, okay, I'm gonna save you the trouble, because technically you could just ask for each of them, but no, I'll just say it for you, because I don't actually know.
Let me guess. I think it's Z3Cubing. Actually, no, I think it's Soup to Me because he has shorts. I think it's Soup to Me. We'll see.
My guess is Z3, but let's see. Soup to Me is 525. Laser Monkey has 436.
It's close, okay.
Yeah. Z3 has 1,000. It's not giving me any more precise than that, but 1,000.
Wow.
And I do not have 1,000 videos. So
yeah, how many does Skewbing have? That's a good question. I don't know if...
Yes, I agree. I don't think he's getting that. Question 3. 3 by 3. Clock, square 1, or all of the other options.
Okay.
What are sort of your thoughts going into this question?
I was thinking something like magnets or something like hardware related.
Yeah.
When you say all of the other options, you mean like basically 3 by 3 clock and square 1, right?
Yeah, all 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe hardware or something like that. Like, I also don't know how much this other person knows about cubing, which I think is also like the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you just make it as hard as you want, really.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not like, what is a 50th decimal of pi, then it's fine.
Okay, I'm thinking of maybe doing something like which event has Chi not released? Or like, has Chi released a cube in? If that makes sense. Like,
and I'm guessing it's all the options?
Yeah, it's all I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna check if have they made a square 1. I'm pretty sure they have. Yeah, they have. Alright.
Okay, cool. I think that's a pretty good one. Yes, I'm happy with mine.
I agree. Question 4. The Nod On from 3 Blind, 7 Simul, CFOP, and Cube Shape Parity.
Oh.
There are a lot of alleys you could go in this question.
Yeah, so the one that comes to mind first is which technique was invented the newest?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty easy. I mean, unless
it's between
like
Nod On and 7 Simul, I think. I'm actually not sure.
I think it's 7 Simul. I'm pretty sure 7 Simul. I think I'm gonna go with that, yeah.
You're gonna go with that, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna check Cube Shape Parity, when that was made. Yeah, definitely 7 Simul. We have a new type of prompt where not only does the contestant write the question like usual, but they also get to choose one of the answer choices. The opposition will know which answer is player written, however, the writing player will still get to choose which response is correct, meaning the player written question could be or could not be correct. Let's see how this pans out with question 5. Your options are 2021, 2022, 2023, and mystery answer.
So I'm choosing the 4th option, right?
Yeah, you get to choose what goes in that box.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, in the 4th box, 2018.
2018.
And then I'm gonna ask like a yes or no question. I'm gonna ask how many cubing competitions were there in 2018?
It has to be a yes/no question.
Wait, should I say were there more WCA competitions in 2018 than in 2021?
Yeah, okay, you can technically admit you can just find which one has the most. Yeah, alright. Do you know if WCA has a statistic on this, or do I have to manually
They
Google
used
everything?
to.
Wait, what's your question? Is it just which year has the most cubing competitions?
Yeah, it
Okay.
was gonna be which one had the least.
Which one had the least? Okay, then
Yeah.
that's actually a really good question because of COVID. Okay, so technically with 3 yes/no questions, you will be able to figure out which one's the least. So you can just Google it. I'm Googling it right now.
Okay. Let's see. Wait, I found the end of your message. 1,148 in 2018. Let me look at 2021. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was way less. It was 200. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go.
2021?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, I
that's
trust you. That's
2021.
correct. Yeah, that is a nice question. All right.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one.
Yeah.
6, 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Question 6. Okay, I feel really mean for this, and I don't even know how to say. Your options are greater than, less than, equal, or mystery answer.
I don't even know. Like, okay, so I think I'm gonna go with greater than or equal to for the mystery.
Yeah. Oh god, how do I type this on a keyboard?
I don't even know, honestly.
Oh yes.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay.
Okay.
And then I guess I have to put like a blank in the box.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So it'd be like some number, and then a blank and some number.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna just go with a question that I think is hard that he might not know, but and it will kind of automatically eliminate. Wait, yeah, it'll automatically eliminate 2 of the answers, but I think it's still hard. So I think I'm gonna go with number of competitors in Pyraminx on the left, number of competitors in 4x4 on the right, and the answer is there are more competitors in Pyraminx because I back when they had the not that long ago they had the WCA statistics page, and yeah, I would look at that and like Pyraminx was third, after 3x3 and 2x2, and then 4x4 was next.
Yeah. Pyraminx being third is, I don't know, like, my brain doesn't want to agree with that, but I can't think of anything that would be higher than Pyraminx, other than 3x3 and 2x2. For our 7th and final question, we have a short answer question. The question writer will get 2 choices for answers and need to select one of them to base the question around. Now, I need to write a question in which the other player will answer without multiple choice options. For example, if I choose Moyu here, I need to write a question where Moyu is the answer. There can be multiple correct answers to the question, however, the selected answer must be one of them. Question 7. Your options are either 15 or France.
So my opponent won't see the answers?
No, you won't see anything. They have to just base off an answer purely off the question.
There's 2 very different answers. So... I could go with either one, but I don't know when there were 15, WCA events. Can I do on November 21st of 20 blank, Lucas Eder broke the world record, 4.90?
Oh, I'm gonna spell this wrong. I have no idea who this person is. Is it that?
Wait, you don't know who Lucas Eder is, really? Wow.
No, I do not know.
When I started cubing, Felix held the record, and then soon after Lucas broke it, and it was this crazy thing where because he was first sub 5 solve.
Oh, right.
Wow, I think I'm just old. All right. Anyway.
Smart way of exploiting.
Yeah, I'm proud of that one. I mean, hopefully this person's not as old as me, so he'll be able to easily get that if he is. But
alright, with KleeCubing's 7 questions done, we're going to see Ozymandias Speedcubing's questions. But before that, are there any comments from you regarding how you think he went with the questions?
I think I crushed it. I think he's not getting any of them.
Moving on from KleeCubing's questions, we will now see Ozymandias Speedcubing write his 7 questions. Is there anything you'd like to say before beginning?
I fear my knowledge will be inferior to KleeCubing. That's my biggest fear.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Yes. Alright, so let's get started with question 1. Your 4 answers here are red, green, blue, and yellow.
Okay, so the 4 colors of no, only one can be the right answer. I was thinking how many colors are on a Pyraminx, but that would be silly because all of them are on a Pyraminx. When you scramble it, you have white on top and green on the front. So the question could be, what color is facing you when scrambling a 3x3?
Yes.
That's probably It's the only I could think for colours of a flag. Yeah, I'm going to make green as the answer here then. So I'll say for green, what colour is facing you when scrambling?
We might add a 3x3 there. Moving on to question 2, we have JPerm, Tingman, Cubehead, and myself.
I could be mean and say who has the least number of subscribers.
You're trying to make it as challenging as possible.
Like, because JPerm hasn't published a video for about a year. I think he did one about March this year. Tingman's like twice a week. Cubehead's like about a month ago, and you publish pretty frequently as well. So, I mean, a really obscure question would be like, what's the longest time since someone's published a video? Yeah, who has the most subscribers? Because I'm just trying to think.
Want to ask your question based on that? When structuring this, normally you use your yes no answers to pick which one has the most number of subscribers. Yeah. You have 3, so it's I think it's going to be pretty easy to narrow it down. I won't make you go through the pain of asking each one, but JPerm does have more subscribers here. Question 3. 4x4 blindfolded, 6x6, pyramids, or none of the other options?
What kind of question did you ask here? Like, I could say which is the hardest, but that's 4x4 blindfolded.
Yeah, pretty obviously.
Like, it wouldn't be like world records being broken. 6x6 was just recently broken by Max Park. Pyramids was Sebastian Lee in Australia. I can't see anything similar between any of those. They've all got an even number of faces. Which of these is clock? They're all genuine events. They're all frequently done. They're all had world records recently. They've all, complexity. Pyramids is the least complex of those, regardless of however you look at it.
Also to consider, like, none of the other options. It's like, so
yeah, I know.
You could write a question where none of those answers are correct.
The Pyramids is the only one that's got an Australian having the world record for it, for the average.
Yes,
for Sebastian
that
Lee.
is true.
Which one has an Australian average world record?
And obviously the answer is Pyramids.
Pyramids, yeah.
That's actually a very good question.
Today it's Pyramids.
Yeah, I will state that this is on Wednesday the 3rd of December. Moving on to question 4. +2, DNF, DNS, or no penalty.
What happened to Yiheng Wang in his last 2x2 world record attempt? That was actually they were +4s though. DNF's a really good one because I have a lot of DNFs on clock. See, clock doesn't have +2, and clock
does not have +2.
There's no penalty. Okay, so I want to make it clock because it has so many DNFs.
Yeah.
I know I do it all the time. Which is the most... Oh, see, no penalty would be the most common. How can I make this one sound about clock with a DNF? 13% when I looked about a year ago for clock.
That's a really interesting statistic.
3x3 blindfold, 4x4 blindfold, 5x5 blindfold, and multi-blind got obviously massive number of DNFs. But then clock was around about 13% because my clock DNF rate's around about 30%. Which one of these does clock not have? Because clock doesn't have +2, but it's definitely got the other 3.
Okay, technically that's wrong because you can still get +2s in clock if you start the timing correctly or touch the puzzle after stopping it. So you can still get +2s.
How about not usually have?
Not usually have.
Because it's either solved or it's a DNF.
Yes.
But yeah, you're right. You can get a +2 if not touching the clock or whatever like
not
that.
usually have.
Yeah, I think so. That would work. Yeah.
As a reminder for the next few questions, we will be having a missing answer, meaning the player can write their own answer as well as a question. Question 5. Your choices are 2010, 2015, 2020, or mystery year. Or it doesn't have to be a year. Could be anything.
Wow. I can't even think of like what year did such an event. 2019 would be the year that I would throw in. And again, it makes it a little bit easy. What year was feet last officially? What was the last year feet was an official event? Officially an
Recognized.
Recognized.
Right, I'm gonna fact check real quick.
I'm pretty sure it's 2019 because it was one of the things in the Speedcubers Netflix show which they had feat solving.
That's actually a really trick question because it got removed on January 1st, 2020, but technically the correct answer is 2019. That's well written.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Question 6. We're gonna have some names in this one. We have Tommy Cherry, Charlie Eggins. I do not want to pronounce this. Charles Dallas Boughton. Okay, so that's probably correct. I'm sorry. And mystery person or mystery anything.
Tommy Cherry's got both at the moment for 3x3, I think. Again, like next week, that could be different. Charlie almost got the 3x3 record at Nationals in October.
Yes.
And he +2 on the last solve and went over just that much. I don't even know who that other person is.
He is the European 2x3 blindfold record holder.
Wow, and who would the fourth person be then? What would be the novelty answer for number 4? Put in Graham Siggins. I feel really bad because I watched Charlie Egan's solve faster than me with his eyes closed than I can do it with my eyes open. Charlie won Worlds for Blind. So
That is true.
who won 2025 Worlds blindfolded?
Charlie Egan's, yes.
Yeah.
As a reminder, our last question is a short answer question, meaning the player will choose an answer and write a question in which the answering player will need to answer without multiple choice options. Question 7. Yep. Your options are 34 and Japan. You can choose either of these to be your answer.
I lived in Japan for 6 years, so I'm tempted to make Japan the answer, but I'm just trying to think what a question would be. Just don't remember the specifics of it, but I had a look at some really old records. I was curious to see what Japan had, and there's a couple of Japanese cubers from like really early on who had records for ages, but I just don't remember any specifics. I'll have to think of something else. Does it have to be a cubing question?
It's going to be somewhat related to cubing.
If the answer is 34, I can't even think of what a question would be for that. I'm just glad you didn't pick 67.
6-7.
6-7 on that. I really want to pick Japan as the answer. I'm just trying to think of a good question for it. There's a color scheme where yellow and white are together, and it's known as the Japanese color scheme. Where is the adjacent yellow-white color scheme from?
Cool. Alright, so with your 7 questions done, how do you think you went after that process?
Weird. I don't know. It's very hard. Did I win? Yay!
So we've now finished with the question writing, and now it's time for answering. Let's see KleeCubing answer Ozymandias Speedcubing's questions. Remember, every question you get correct, you get a point. Starting with question 1. What color is facing you when scrambling a 3x3? Please don't get this wrong.
No, I mean, based off of my very extensive scrambling experience, hopefully I don't get this wrong because, then all my scramble results have to be checked from competitions. But it's green.
So is that your final answer?
That's my final answer, yeah.
That is correct. Moving on to question 2. Who has the most number of subscribers?
Okay, actually, even though he hasn't uploaded in a long time, I think it's still JPerm. The thing is, I don't really watch any of them. Did Cubehead reach a million? I don't even know. Low-key, the only one who still uploads is Tangman. Also was like the slowest person to reach 1 million subscribers. So, and JPerm just gets a ton of views. I think it's JPerm. I'm gonna lock in JPerm. We'll see.
Alright, that is correct. It is JPerm.
Yes!
I love how you didn't
go.
consider me. I find that very offensive.
Oh, my bad.
That is 2 for 2. Going on to question 3. Which event has an Australian average world record holder?
It's either none or Pyraminx. But I don't know whether he's are you referring to the continent or the country?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, so I think it's Pyraminx then.
That is correct. Yes, it is Pyraminx.
Yes. You're
doing very good. Question 4. Which of these does clock not usually have?
Not usually have. That's interesting. Oh, wait, I know. Okay, I get it. Because you can DNF in clock. You can DNS obviously in clock. You can get no penalty, except that is rare from my experience doing clock. But
that is true.
The only way you can +2 in clock is about stuff not related to the cube. So timer starts, timer stops, stuff like that. So that's a good catch, because I didn't realize that at first, but it's +2.
Yeah, the answer is +2. Alright. Question 5. What year was Feet last officially recognized as an event?
It's not 2010, not 2015. It's either 2019 or 2020. I don't really remember, but I think it's 2019. So I'm just gonna go with that. Might be wrong, but
is that your
I'm
final
going with
answer?
my gut. Yes, that's my final answer.
That is correct. I really like this question because Feet was removed on January 1st, 2020, but it was last officially recognized in 2019.
I literally remember seeing the announcements. It was in December or something, because for 2019 they're doing a trial run to see if there was more involvement, and then there wasn't. So
question 6. Who won 2025 World in 3x3 blindfolded?
Based on my appearance at Worlds, I don't think it was the one in the bottom left. I don't think it was the one in the bottom right. I was backstage when it happened, so I saw the reaction from both of them. So yeah, it was Charlie Eggins. He makes also great content.
That is correct. Final question 7, short answer. Which country is the yellow-white adjacent color scheme from?
Japan.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes,
All right.
7 for 7.
7 for 7.
Let's go.
Congratulations. So you've now guaranteed tied or win. Now you've answered all the questions. How do you think you went? In terms of like the questions you wrote, were they stronger or weaker than the ones you just answered?
I think my questions were a little bit stronger than the ones answered.
I fear my knowledge will be inferior to CleeCubing.
There was a few questions there. I mean, honestly, some of those questions were pretty good, like the feet one. So, props to him for making pretty good questions as well. But hopefully it'll be enough to win. I mean, either win or tie. I'll take it.
Yes.
But happy with my questions. I think some of those, it'll be hard for him to get, especially the short answer one.
Anyway, for the last segment, we're going to see Ozymandias Speedcubing answer some questions, and let's see if he can beat KleeCubing's score. Starting with question 1. How many unique puzzles are there in the WCA?
That's a really good one, because events like 3 blind and 3 is the same puzzle. 4 and 5 are blind and they're the same puzzle. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, clock, Pyrrha, Skewb, square 1. 10's not there. I'm going to say 11.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is correct.
What did I miss?
Mega? Did you say Mega?
Oh, Mega. I didn't say Mega. Yeah, okay, that was 11. Yeah.
Question 2. Which YouTuber has the most published videos? Your choices are Lasermonkey, Z3Cubing, Soup Timmy, and myself.
Lasermonkey, I think, has only been going for about 3 or 4 years from memory, doing the head-to-head comps, and they're really good to watch. But I don't think he's got that necessarily that many videos. Soup Tinny, ton of shorts. But I'm going to go with Z3Cubing because he's been going for like 10 years. And he used to be like called Lego Boys. So some of the really old videos you'll see it's Lego Boys. I'm going to go with Z3Cubing for most published videos.
That is correct. It is
Yay!
Z3Cubing. Moving on to question 3. Which event has Chi released a cube in or a puzzle in?
I'm gonna say a clock is not a cube.
Yeah, I just realized that.
But I'm going to assume
how
clock is
dare
that
you?
one. I know they've got a clock, so I've got 3 of them on my table here. I know they've definitely done 3x3. Have Chi done a square 1? Well, I'm going to assume it's going to be all the other options because I'm sure 3x3 and clock is there. Everyone's done a square 1, so I'll say all of the other options.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
That is correct. And also, Gad, we're waiting for your square 1.
Yeah.
You're the only company that hasn't made one. Moving on to question 4. We have, which technique was invented the latest?
Whoa, I think it's definitely not CFOP. I'm pretty sure that's the oldest there. Cube shape parody. I don't know what cube shape parody is. Is that for square 1?
I don't think I'm allowed to say this.
Okay, I
You
imagine
can
it's for square 1 because square 1's the only puzzle. It morphs into another shape, and then you get into cube, and then you solve it. They're not on for blind, but I've definitely seen that being used the last couple of years with Charlie Eggins and so on. But 7 Simmel was last year, I believe. So I'm going to go with 7 Simmel for clock solving.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
That is correct. Yes, cube shape parody was for square 1. It was invented in like 2006. 7 Simon was 2022.
I remember 7 Simmel because I'd learned clock and I'd made my own technique for it, and then that came out and just smashed.
Question 5. Which of the following years had the least number of cubing competitions?
Oh, toss up I think between 2018 and 2021. 2018 was pre-COVID, but it was pre the Netflix documentary, and so cubing was still a bit small. But then 2021 was COVID, and so we were all locked in at home. 2022-23 were kind of just coming out of it. I assume you mean globally as well. I'm going to go with 2021.
That is correct. That's 5 for 5. Moving on to question 6. The number of Pyraminx competitors, blank number of 4x4 competitors.
There's no way it's going to be equal.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
I mean,
So,
I'm not allowed to say anything, but it could be equals. It could be greater
So there's
or
no,
equals.
if it's not going to be equal, and there's no point doing greater than or equal to. Wow. I'm trying to think of all the comps I've been to. Pyraminx seems to be a little bit more common than 4x4 events in terms of the number of competitions I've been to, but the number of actual competitors seems to be about the same. If the number of Pyraminx credits was greater than and 4x4. Both of those would be correct, and there's only one answer, so I have to go with less than.
This was actually a mistake in the question. I didn't pick this up, but yeah, I mean, I would give it to you because of its mistake in the question.
Okay. So
the proposed answer was greater than,
greater than.
But I just realized both are correct, so I will give that to you. At 6 for 6, going on to the short answer question. You have no multiple choice answers here. On November 21st, 20 blank, Lucas Eder broke the 3x3 single world record.
I looked at this recently. When did Lucas Eder do it? It's really early, like 2012 or 2013 or somewhere like there. Like, it's a really long time ago, before I was cubing, so I don't remember when it happened. I'm definitely gonna get this one wrong. I'm gonna go, yeah, I'll go 2013.
My answer is, I'm guessing 13, not 2013.
13, so yeah, the answer is 13, yes.
That is incorrect. It is 2015.
So
now you've answered all the questions. How do you think you went?
Well, I got 6 out of 7. So I think I did really well. That last one was a really gnarly one. Yeah, all the others were fine. I'm surprised I knew them, actually. So yeah.
In terms of like the questions you wrote compared to the questions you just answered, what sort of like do you think they're stronger, weaker?
I think she would have got 7 out of 7 for mine. I don't think mine were that hard at the end.
Alright, so it's now time for the results, and the winner for Speedcubing Reverse Trivia is KleeCubing with 7 points, and Ozymandias Speedcubing with 6 points. And therefore, congratulations to our winner of Speedcubing Reverse Trivia, KleeCubing. And to end, both players have sacrificed time in their very busy lives, so please go check their channel out. James, thank you so much for playing and joining this video. Is there anything you'd like to say or shout out?
Yeah, sure. Come and subscribe to Ozymandias Speedcubing. We do cubing tutorials, some cube reviews, and also Speedcubing news, where I do a monthly wrap up of all the news of cubing for the month.
Yeah, go check out KleeCubing on YouTube, make cubing content, competition vlogs, all that good stuff. Go use discount code HeyLee, HeyLee at Speedcube Shop for 5% off your order. Good cubes and good service. Definitely go get it there. It also helps me out. And thank you so much for inviting me on. This was a lot of fun.
No problem. It was great to have you. Thank you. And that's a wrap for Speedcubing Reverse Trivia. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. And if you want to see more trivia, just let me know down in the comments. Thank you and see ya.
Bye.